and welcome. I'm Sarah, your safety trainer, here with today's lesson on office safety. Before we begin, remember to sign off on your mobile device or online to receive credit for this training. If you feel the need to pause this video at any time to have a discussion, we encourage you to do so. Whether you work in an office every day or only occasionally, office safety is an essential practice that needs to be reviewed periodically in order to prevent common office mishaps. This lesson will describe ways to avoid accidents associated with slips, trips, and falls, cuts and punctures, proper lifting practices, and the safe use of space heaters. The first set of hazards in the office are slips, trips, and falls. They are some of the most common causes of injury in the office and account for nearly 15% of all accidental deaths, second only to motor vehicles. Slips, trips, and falls can be easily prevented by following these guidelines. Make sure carpeted areas are flat with no signs of fraying, tears, and lifts. Use mats in entryways to prevent slippery or wet floors, especially in the rainy seasons. Do not run wires or cables in the middle of common walkways. Keep hallways and walkways clear of boxes, filing cabinets, and other excess clutter. Office chairs are never to be used for horseplay or as a step stool. Chairs must remain on all legs on the ground at all times. Do not recline in a chair unless it is made to do so. Do not sit on countertops, desktops, or any surface not intended to be used as a seat. In addition to the major bodily harm that can happen with a slip, trip, or fall, cuts and punctures, although small, can still cause significant injuries, especially if left untreated. Using office tools and equipment correctly will help prevent cuts and punctures from occurring. Firstly, please remember that when using sharp objects such as knives, scissors, letter openers, and so forth, cut away from your body. Keep your fingers clear when using staplers, paper cutters, and when closing drawers. And lastly, check the office for exposed nails, sharp edges, and any objects that could puncture the skin. If you work in an office for any significant period of time, it is inevitable that you will be required to lift something heavy that requires more strength than your arms or hands alone can handle. You may be asked to lift heavy objects, but are expected to lift things properly. A heavy object is considered anything over 25 pounds. Please note, lifting heavy objects incorrectly can cause serious injury. Following proper procedures when lifting heavy objects in the office will therefore help prevent injuries. Please observe to do the following. Keep a balanced stance with feet shoulder width apart. When lifting from the ground, bend your knees and keep your back straight. Do not bend over and arch your back. Never carry a load that is so large it will block your vision. If something is too heavy, ask someone for help. You are not impressing anyone by carrying something that is excessively heavy alone. One last topic we would like to address in an office setting is space heaters. Where you work, it may be hot or cold outside, but you may wish to use a space heater at your desk regardless of the weather outside. You must know that space heaters can be a fire hazard and should be used responsibly. You must get manager or supervisor approval to bring a space heater to the office, and it must have the safety feature to shut off when it is knocked over. Please observe the following guidelines when using a space heater. Never leave the heater unattended for any reason. Do not use a heater that has a damaged cord, plug, has been dropped, or shows any signs of damage or malfunctions. The heater must be at least 3 feet away from any combustible materials such as furniture, papers, boxes, clothing, purses, and so forth at all times. Disconnect the heater by setting the power control to the off position and then unplug. Unplug the heater when not in use. Wait for it to cool completely before moving or handling the heater. You may not plug the heater into an extension cord, power strip, or an outlet that has other electrical appliances plugged into it. This may overload the circuit and create a fire hazard. Heaters are not to be used in areas with an excess amount of moisture and water, unless the heater is specifically manufactured to do so. In conclusion, know that practicing safe work habits and following safety procedures will help prevent injuries in the office. For more safety tips for the office, feel free to review our lessons on office ergonomics, good housekeeping, and etiquette in the workplace. If you have any questions or you notice any possible hazards in the office, bring it to the attention of a manager or supervisor. Once again, remember to sign off on your mobile device or online to receive credit for this lesson. I'm Sarah, your safety trainer, reminding you to be careful and stay safe out there. Thanks for watching.